Welcome. My name is Scott Miller, and we're here in the Seymour Duncan sound room to talk about the SFX01 booster pedal, which looks like this if you haven't seen it. For those of you that don't know, this is the first Stompbox effects pedal that Seymour Duncan as a company put out. The pedal's great for electric guitar, and that was the original intention. It is called the pickup booster, and it's designed to work in a couple of ways directly with your pickups. But it does also work with anything that is an electric instrument. It'll work with keyboards, it'll work with electric bass, it'll work with acoustic stand-up bass if you've got a pickup that can run into this. The cool thing about this pedal is that depending on your sound, you can actually get different things out of it. If you're playing with a clean tone, just straight into an amp, or well, through this and straight into an amp that's set clean, it's going to work like a volume increase. When you step on it, it will give you the increase in volume that you have set on the gain control dial. If you're playing with a dirty tone and you put this in front of your amp, you're going to get sort of the way an overdrive would act. It's going to thicken your distortion saturation. It's going to give you a little more string sensitivity, but it's not in that situation going to give you a boost in volume. To get that, the booster pedal needs to go behind your distortion. So if you're using a distortion box, that means you need to put the booster after the distortion box to get a volume increase, in front of the distortion box to get more saturation. The other feature is what we call the resonance shift switch. Okay, so what's that? The resonance shift just means it takes the sound of your pickup and takes it from being kind of bright to being more mid-rangey. Now this is most advantageous if you're using a guitar with single coil pickups, a Strat or a Tele especially. Those pickups tend to be bright and have a high resonance. For it to function properly, it's important that your guitar is plugged directly into the pedal. And so if you have a pedal or a tuner or anything in between your guitar and this pedal, the resonance shift functionality is gone. You don't get it. You still get the boost no matter where you put it in the signal path, but for the resonance function to work properly, it needs to be the first thing connected directly to your guitar because it needs to be connected to your pickups. So what I've got here is an American standard Fender Stratocaster running through a Fender Super Reverb amp that Seymour was nice enough to let us use today. This guitar is loaded with vintage Strat style single coils, in this case antiquities, and so they are about as true to Strat sounding as you can get. And so I'll show you what they do and how they work with the booster pedal here. You set clean. When you step on the pedal, you get the boost that you have set. When you come back off, you're back to where the amp was set. I mean, it's really that easy. Now we can do an example with boost and with the resonance shift to show you how effective that actually is. So if you start just with kind of a clean Strat lick, and then kick in. So you can see when you kick in, you get the boost and you get this fatter resonance that comes through that you don't get from a Strat. But let's go through a couple of pickup settings on a Strat and just show you that in a variety of settings that the resonance switch really has a profound effect. In this case, bridge position, which tends to be nice and bright on a Strat. This is without the pedal kicked in. And with the pedal kicked in, with resonance shift. Neck position, which tends to be warmer and bigger sounding without the pedal. And with the pedal. So you can see even on the fatter neck position, the resonance switch still has a nice effect. And here's with the boost and a resonance shift. So far, the reception has been overwhelmingly good. People have been continuously saying, you know what I love about it? It gives me more of what I already have. All I wanted was to be louder. And so this does that. Doesn't color the tone if you don't want it to. Doesn't do anything to your sound except make it louder when you need it. the great thing about it was, we had one idea of what this pedal was going to do, and it turns out it does a lot of things that people taught us about.